Warrior Akihiko Sanada. See what his deal is.
I'm a long way from home.
I don't have to do this every time. Ever since I left Japan, I've been constantly searching for places to test my strength. Before I knew it, I'd wound up on the ass end of the globe. Is it really that bad? What is this, freaking Raccoon City from, what is it, like GTA 4 or something? As I walk down a dark alley, a dry wind blows. I can see people inside the building, so I don't sense any life here. Shadows? Just because it's quiet doesn't mean that it's anything close to safe, though. Actually, I'm pretty sure because it's quiet, it wouldn't be safe. Well, it just shows that not everywhere in the world is affluent. I sense a hostile presence from somewhere. I glance around and see two thugs smirking at me with narrowed eyes. Our gazes meet, and suddenly those thugs, a seedy-looking large man and a thin man stand before me.
Yo, bro, haven't seen your mug around here. Lucky thing we noticed you. Come on, man, spare us some change.
Why is it always... I feel like if I say anything more, I'm just gonna end up racist and political, so I am not going to say anything else, but... yeah, I have a feeling where this is going.
We just need a little, man. We'll double it in no time in that gambling den over there.
You're in my way. Move it.
The thugs are momentarily stunned by my answer, but their shock quickly dissolves into anger.
And we were being friendly. I should have pulled this on you at the start.
The large man's words produce a fusillade of spittle as he simultaneously whips out what he believes is his trump card. Gun. Yep, it's a gun. He waves the muzzle in front of my face in a threatening manner.
A body like that, and you gotta resort to a gun? Pathetic.
Huh?
To begin with, do I really look like I carry that much money on me?
Ain't you Japanese? Most Asians stupid enough to come waltzing around here are loaded. Come on, give me everything you got, or it's gonna be your brains on the floor.
The large man is quite short-tempered. I wonder if his mood swings are due to a lack of calcium in his diet. I guess you really don't get to choose what you eat when you live in a place like this. The large man apparently realizes that he can simply take my cash when I'm dead. His fat finger squeezes the trigger before I can reply. Gunshot rings out and sends a shockwave through the alley's dry air.
Son of a bitch!
The large man stands stupefied. He recollects himself and throws a few more rounds my way.
What the? What kind of hit him?
He's an illusion. It's because I'm dodging the shots, not the bullets. They obviously move faster than the human body. When a slow man uses a gun, the problem is that he has to point the gun where he wants to send the bullets, and I can see him doing that. Just reading his gun's movement and getting out of his line of fire before he shoots, it's that simple. But he thinks there's something wrong with the gun, or that he's not aiming well. Some people. I think it's the embodiment of the phrase, big head, little wit. Never heard of it. He never realized what's happening. I dodge his hail bullets and quickly close the distance to my attempted murderer. Get a good look at his face, contorting in fear and confusion. He is so mad.
Checkmate.
I win. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, he did say closing until you got closer to him. I strike once, burying my fist into his porcelain gun. His body lifts off the ground for a brief moment before it collapses on the ground. Lots of impact lifts a huge cloud of dust, and the man doesn't stir.
You should be more careful who you pick your fights with.
You bastard!
As the man pulls something from his pocket, I hear the loud click of a switchblade being unfolded. He drops into a crouch, coiled and ready to strike.
At least you know the basics.
The reprobate extends his arm and thrusts the dully shining knife toward me in a telegraphed attack. Nope. I get inside his arm and swipe the attack angle of the blade out of the way of my right hand, striking my left hand underneath his jaw. Since the attack is the most obvious fashion, I repel the attack with the most obvious counter. The uppercut lands flush, and the man is catches the air as he utters an undignified scream.
I gotta hand it to you for not abandoning your pal.
Sheesh. I didn't come on a journey to waste my time getting to scraps that I don't even rate as a good warm-up. Somehow I feel like Akihiko actually had fun with this. Although, honestly, pretty much all that I had encountered so far in my training was a continuous morass of tedious quarrels. Now, up ahead. I noticed the dust from the Fat Man's Landing has gotten on my cape, and I brush it off. This is the only mark that I took from the encounter. Bodily injuries will heal over time, even if they're left alone. The same can't be said about one's clothing.
Damn, that was impressive stuff.
Bartender. Someone speaks to me out of the blue. I glance over and see a man who looks like a bartender has suddenly emerged from a nearby bar. Seems he was watching the whole thing unfold.
What a fight! And against a man with a gun? Are you a ninja or something?
Nah, that's not important. Where are the police? I'd have thought all the gunfire would catch their attention.
Bartender responds to my bewilderment by laughing in an even more dumbfounded manner and shrugs.
Things like that happen all the time. The only authority here is the cartel. Everyone who's not connected dies in poverty. That's been how it works for over 50 years.
I see.
That's unfortunate. Those who are not connected. Upon hearing that, a bitter feeling wells up inside me. Everything in the world relies on connections, and connection is just another form of power. People say that that's what's most important can't be obtained. People say that what's most important can't be obtained by power. I figure that means the other 99.9% of everything is simply a matter of power. That includes one's lifespan. And at times, the lifespan of those close to you as well.
Hey, why not stop in for a drink? It's on the house. Seeing what you did made my day.
Bartender's cheerful voice snaps me out of my rumination.
Are you sure? The cartel you mentioned might not like that.
Hey, I'll get off easy compared to you. All I did was offer you a drink, not beat the hell out of their goons.
Drink, huh?
Do you have the good stuff in stock?
Huh?
It's hard to obtain that certain something around here. I haven't had any for a couple days now.
Oh, protein.
Actually, I'm starting to go into withdrawal.
What is it you're talking about, mister? Listen, I run a clean bar.
Protein. I need a double shot of protein.
Huh? Pro?
Make it quick. It's only half as effective 30 minutes after I burn some calories.
I don't think he has.
Sorry, I don't know that brand. Is that some kind of sake?
No. It's alright if you don't have any.
Sheesh, what am I thinking? Never know unless you try. But it's pretty stupid of me to expect that a bartender in a dive bar like this would have protein drinks. I shake my head and collect myself. When I finally return to Japan, I'll have all the protein my muscle fibers are crying out for. Sounds great just thinking about it. Mountains of protein. Protein as far as the eye can see. But my daydreams of what a world of infinite protein would be like are interrupted. Is this Mitsuru calling? Take out my cell phone and see that I've received an email. There are 3 important things on the sub-display. First thing is the icon that tells me that international roaming service is in effect. Second, the name Karijo. Yep. And the last thing is the word urgent.
Looks like opportunity's knocking sooner than I expected.
I can't hide my smirk. The fact that the message is urgent means that I'm being summoned for a mission.
Fine with me. I haven't found any opponents worth my time here anyway.
Plus, the training journey I'm on was preparation for these missions. It was my way of showing that I would be suited for taking on these special missions as a professional. It seems that either my plan is working, or that this is fate telling me that the time to display my results has come. I guess we hear no more from the bartender?
I can't wait to see what kind of challenge there is in store for me now.
I imagine what this unknown enemy could be and thrust my left fist proudly towards the foreign winds. I can't keep my body from trembling with excitement, and I plant my fist right into my right palm. I couldn't speak there. Early morning, May 3rd, Japan. More Persona 3 music. After a fight that took over half a day, I arrived in Japan. Every time I fly, it always strikes me how cramped the seats are, and how dull it is to be on long flights. Considering that we're being placed in a hypoxic environment, it's a waste not to equip the seats with pec decks or give us access to some cardio equipment. On a plane? Listen, Akihiko, listen to yourself. As I head towards the arrival lobby while thinking about my ideal airline, I hear something I haven't heard in a while. Newscaster reporting in my mother tongue.
Good morning. It's May 3rd, Constitution Memorial Day. Our top story today is an update on the hijacking 2 days ago.
The plane hijacking?
5 men attempted a daring hijacking of a domestic airline. the first such incident in Japan in the 21st century. Police began their official interrogation of the arrested suspects this morning. But all depositions have been vague so far, with suspects complaining of muddled memories. Psychiatric exams are being considered.
That must be the incident she mentioned in her email.
2 days ago in Japan, a jumbo jet bound for Kagoshima was hijacked by a group of 5 men. Look, it says Kagoshima with an O. I saw that in the Mitsuru story. I think it was Kagoshima. Then it said Kagushima. So there are some spelling errors. The hijacking attempt was quickly dealt with because the hijackers' half-hearted planning. There was a bigger issue. Unbeknownst to the public, the passenger flight that was hijacked was supposed to have a very important piece of cargo loaded onto it. During the confusion surrounding the hijacking incident, cargo seemed to have been stolen before it was loaded onto the plane. The hijacking was just a smokescreen for the real crime. You think a hijack as a distraction for a simple cargo theft is pretty daring, but it's also desperate and risky. My mission is to retrieve the cargo from whoever wanted it so badly. This isn't a situation that can just be left to ordinary policemen. The cargo is extremely dangerous, and the retrieval has to be done discreetly due to its sensitive nature. I look away from the monitor and began walking. So phone immediately begins ringing as if the caller was watching me the entire time. The name, Mitsuru Kurijo, appears on the sub-display. Mitsuru Kurijo. She's the one who summoned me here for this mission. I didn't tell her any detail about my return flight, but she must have found the information on her own and called after learning of my arrival. She's still as prepared as ever.
It's me.
It's been a long time, Akihiko. I'm sorry to call you back on such short notice.
Don't worry about it. How is it a good stopping point?
Mitsuru has much greater standing in the group than I, but we've been classmates since middle school, and she fought alongside me in my biggest battles. I have a feeling that the only reason we were able to pull through such an ordeal was because we helped each other back then.
So, who's our next enemy?
Don't be so impatient. You received the brief I sent you, right? What I didn't say directly in it is that the stolen cargo was from Ergo Research.
I figured it would be Kirijo Group related, with you having to call me back.
Most ordinary people in Japan would have at least heard of the name Kirijo. The Kirijo Group. A large conglomerate, one of the few within Japan that can boast a large market share overseas. Their influence is so ever-present that they touch many aspects of a typical citizen's daily life. Mitsuru is part of the organization. In fact, she's the only daughter of its founding family. She grew up with untold sensibilities and expectations, and has been forced to navigate tumultuous social situations ever since she was young. That is why she has a refined personality, maturity beyond her years, and strong leadership skills. Although the same circumstances also expose her to the occasional surprising lapse into naivete.
What was inside this cargo?
The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon?
Labrys.
An anti-shadow weapon? Does that mean...
Same as Igus.
Yes, she's one of Igus's sister units. She was sealed at the time of the robbery, but we think it's very likely that she's been activated by now.
Which means there's a good chance there'll be a fight. Alright. Yeah, this would be too much for the normal authorities. Sounds like it'll be right up my alley.
Of course. Fight after fight after fight. The man who ran the group 2 generations ago, Koetsu Kirijo, he was a founder of the group and also Mitsuru's grandfather. Around 10 years ago, some research he was working on brought about a huge distortion to this world. Forces that create distortion were known as shadows. I guess the best way I could describe them would be to say that they are monsters incarnate of the darkness in people's hearts. In any case, there's something completely absurd like that. Koetsu Kirijo used Ergo Research, a facility that would later be known as the infamous Kirijo Ergonomics Lab, to repeatedly perform inhumane experiments. And get Strega performed as a result. It was artificially drawing out shadows in an attempt to gain powers beyond what mortal man should have. But the experiment failed during the final stages. What remained after a big explosion were over 50 casualties and a distortion in the world that can never be repaired. Some people are completely unable to sense the distortion at all, and yet the same distortion could cause the entire world to collapse. Three years ago, Mitsuru and I, along with our friends, devoted ourselves to a fight in order to end the threat of that collapse. The dark hour. The dark hour, the hidden hour between one night and the next. One day and the next. One day at a time. And there we go. The bonds and precious memories I gained from them are engraved upon my heart and haven't faded to this day. And the memory of 2 people who are no longer with us, well, I guess we could say 3, because of Kirijo's father, are also with us.
Fighting is not our first option, but I'd be more reassured with you there.
But fuck Akutsuki.
We have a general idea of where it was taken, the Inaba area, where there were reports of suspected shadow activity last year.
Okay, I'll meet up with you at the actual location.
Are you heading directly
Back
there?
to the junkyard.
You never change. Let me know if you need anything and I'll make the arrangements.
Protein, that's all.
What? No, it's better I don't ask. I'll send you the precise location later. Sorry to call when you've just returned from a trip, but I'm relying on your assistance.
All he
You went
wants
to a
is
lot of
protein.
trouble to create the Shadow Operatives. I won't do anything to tarnish the name. I'll see you there.
Even though you pick fights everywhere you go. The Shadow Operatives, that's the organization I'm a part of. We're a joint task force comprised of the Kirijo Group and the police. Officially, we do not exist. Our main mission is to deal with shadow-related cases that the police are incapable of handling. Our objective is to prevent or minimize this collateral damage caused by shadows. Shadows can only be defeated by persona users. Matsu, myself, and many of the members belonging to Shadow Operatives have personas and knowledge about them. Matsu is fully dedicated herself to prevent Kirijo's tainted legacy from falling into the wrong hands. That is it is the shared duty of all of us in the group. Notice that I've unconsciously formed my hand into a fist. I have an email from Mitsuru giving me the details on the meeting location. As usual, she's thoroughly planned this out.
Inaba, huh?
A smile appears on my face. An opportunity to use all the skills and strength I've been honing. I will commit every fiber of my being to fulfilling the duty I've been given. I couldn't ask for more. Again, it seems like he's enjoying this. That was only the first scene. The same day, afternoon. I arrived in Inaba earlier than I planned. There's a lot of time to kill before I need to be at the meeting. In order to get a feel for the town and what's going on, I decided to walk around a bit. The looks of it, it's an ordinary countryside town. Can't believe that people think a level 4 shadow-related case occurred here last year. As far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be any disturbance going on right now. Looks like that unit named Labrys isn't running amok here either. As soon as I stray from the main street a bit, it's mountains and fields as far as the eyes can see. The air is clean and traffic is pretty light, so the town has that going for it. That would be a great place to go running early in the morning. I wait for evening to come while exploring as much of the town as I can.
It's almost time.
My cape flutters in the wind as I shadow box and jog to the meeting area, an intersection on the outskirts of what this town would call its shopping district. Meeting up in a rural area like this is a bit of a tricky situation. Since the Shadow Operatives do not officially exist, we need to draw as little attention to our mission as possible. Hopefully we can quickly join up and be on our way so that the residents don't take notice of a bunch of outsiders assembling in their sleepy town. Fortunately, when I arrive at the meeting point, Mitsuru and the others are nowhere to be seen.
Did something happen? I doubt she'd run into any trouble she couldn't handle, though.
Can it be that I'm at the wrong place? There aren't any tall buildings to block my view, so I look in every direction. The only thing obstructing my view is a mountain of garbage that looks like it might be a scrap heap or a junkyard. My bad. Oh, but I guess that's where it happens, because in Mitsuru's story, definitely I guess I could say Natsu's story too, because I think they showed in her story as well, that he was on top of a pile of junk and just end up down from there. May as well be diligent and head over there just to make sure. And there we go. The illegal dump. Was that always called that? Enter the area and it's full of all kinds of junk. Cars and household appliances, large and small, are piled into small artificial mountains. Test my footing and begin climbing up the stacked trash. Looking down, I spot a long black limousine that's completely out of place in this tiny town. I'll come to a realization inside.
Of course. They'd stand out no matter where they were, so they could only park here.
And then just have their clothes judged. That's about it. Two of my friends are standing by the limousine. A woman decked out in a fur coat and a mechanical girl. It's Mitsuru and Igus. Right before I call out to them, Igus does something bizarre. She extends her right arm to the TV screen in front of her and... Oh, Mitsuru already went over the rumors by this point? Okay. Igus' hand is passing right through the screen. Her still fingers aren't breaking the TV screen. They're definitely going inside it. Concentric rings of white light are rippling forth from where she had inserted her hand.
It's the same as mine. It's hard to say definitively since this is my first encounter with it. But I believe this reading is from a personality module.
Does that mean our retrieval target is inside the TV?
I don't understand how or why, but it seems like people can enter the TV. If that's the case, it would be the perfect place to hide stolen cargo. That makes things easier.
Huh. Sounds like fun.
Two of them look up surprised.
Is that Akihiko?
I leap off the mountain of trash and land in front of them.
You didn't show up at the rendezvous point, so I went looking and found you here. This whole TV thing is pretty interesting.
Akihiko, what on earth are you wearing?
Oh, here we go with
Just
the
what were
clothes.
you doing overseas?
Didn't I tell you that I was on a training expedition?
Don't tell me you came here from the airport like that. Does the concept of keeping a low profile mean nothing to you?
I take a glance at Mitsu and I can tell that she's summoning up her coldest stare. It allows me to have much better mobility, but I don't think Mitsu is going to listen to my explanation.
Mitsuru-san,
Yep.
I believe we have lost the right to complain about that.
Glancing at Mitsu's clothing once again, I can't help but sigh. Since I had already voiced what I want to say, I decided not to make a comeback. Mitsu simply shakes her head and sighs back at me. Seriously, this is what happens when you grow up in a wealthy family, sheltered from the lives that noble people live.
Anyway.
I slam my left fist into my right palm. Igus' sister unit, Labrys. She's apparently inside a TV located in an obscure part of the countryside town. I gotta wonder, what else could be waiting for us inside?
We can get inside from that TV, right? Then what are we waiting for?
Still the same Akihiko. We don't know the situation inside yet, and we'll need a secure means of getting out.
So what? If we want to get this Labrys back, someone has to go inside, right?
Well, that's...
Monsieur's at a loss for words. I know I'm voicing my opinion more forcefully than she's used to, but it's what I have to do. I know Monsieur well enough to sense when she needs someone to prod her into action. Wanting to exert control of every situation is a commendable trait, but in certain situations, winning doesn't allow you to seize any more control, and it also gives your opponent more time to prepare.
Our target hijacked a plane to throw her into a TV in this town. If we sit on our hands, it's possible we'll be put in serious danger.
I left eye to Mitsu and take a step towards her.
We're different from how we used to be. We made the choice to fight shadows as professionals. That's why I traveled around the world and trained harder than ever. And now that something's actually come up, you're hesitating? We agreed to do this. I'm ready to stake my life on the mission.
3 years ago, I said it was my duty to help in the fight, but looking back on it now, I know that a lot of it was just for kicks. Seeing myself definitively become stronger and experiencing all the personal growth was incredible. Something stronger felt like it would satisfy some deep desire within me. And if I died giving my all against a really powerful opponent, I didn't really mind the thought of going out like that either. I was honestly fighting for myself more than anything else. But now, something has changed me. I wandered around the world with something in the back of my mind constantly nagging at me. Something about not having a grasp of some part of myself. I know that I want power. The power to protect others. That feeling has always been there. There's still something else though, something different. A few seconds of silence passed and Mitsuru's eyes narrow. Her eyes are filled with a steely determination.
All right. Wait right here. I need to go make a phone call first.
Okay, but make it quick.
Mitsu head towards the long limousine with a wry smile. I turn my gaze towards the most prominent of the illegally dumped TVs. As I reach out towards the screen, my fingers sink into it exactly the same way Igus's did.
My fists are ready for action.
I'm gonna club the TV. Excitement wells up within me as a recreation to the new sensation I feel from my fingertips. A reaction, I said recreation. Excitement wells up within me as a reaction to the new sensation I feel from my fingertips. Here we go. And then Natsuo just out of nowhere, I'm pretty sure.
The other members will wait here in the car.
Yeah. If we all barge in and something happens, we'll be devastated.
Now that you mention it, at least one of us should be staying behind as well.
I am not staying.
Steely determination.
Us three will be plenty. We'll end this in a flash. No problem.
The same as always. Although, we have no idea what might be waiting for us on the other side. Don't get careless.
Right.
This situation, it brings back memories.
Ready!
Ready to dive in. And of course, Shirogane.
Why enter the TV? What's going on?
Naoto, poor Naoto doesn't understand. Whenever my eyes again, the first thing I can see is a high ceiling. Get to my feet and look around. Basketball hoops, a ground lined with white tape, and folding chairs stacked high into the air.
Is this a gym?
What I'm seeing now isn't matching what I expected to be seeing. If my memory's correct, enter the TV with Mitsuru and Aikus. Is this what's inside of the TV? Then it hits me. This isn't reality. It looks extremely real, but I sense odd presences nearby. Brace myself inside this oddly quiet gym. If I'm the only one here, I must be cautious. I'm alone? Suddenly realized that Mitsuru and Aigus should be here too. They came to the TV with me, but they're nowhere to be seen. We got separated from each other as we were falling in? No, it's more likely that we were separated intentionally. Well, I don't really need to worry about them. Pretty sure that they'll be able to handle anything in here on their own. Even if something does attack them, those two would just counterattack with bicycle executions and machine guns. Oh boy, the guns again.
This feeling in the air reminds me of somewhere, though.
Tartarus? I felt this harsh atmosphere before. Dig through my memories. Oh, even the theme for Tartarus is playing. That's right, this is what Tartarus felt like. A tower full of shadows where we did battle 3 years ago. Since the air is unfamiliar and, I'm assuming, hostile, there's no knowing when an enemy may attack. But waiting around to get ambushed isn't really my thing. It's time for me to get moving. Just as I think that... Goodbye! What in the world is that? A bizarre object approaches me from further inside the gym. It's red, blue, and round. Top of that's walking on 2 feet. I've wandered all across the globe to different regions, but I've never seen such a bizarre creature as this.
Huh? There's a weird guy in a cape.
Weirder still, it's able to communicate with me.
You think you've got the right to call me weird? You seem suspicious.
How rude! I'll say the same back to you. Being half naked and wearing a cape is totally suspicious. Could this be the pervert I've heard rumors about? My innocence is in danger.
You're making no sense at all. Who are you? Oh, don't tell me. Are you a shadow?
Huh? I'm Teddy. Teddy!
So you are a shadow.
I just said I'm Teddy. Teddy! It's easy.
And
Say
no
it
bear
with
has fur
me.
that color. Or can talk.
How cruel! I'm an adorable, sexy beast.
Sexy.
No matter what angle you're looking from.
Teddy? Teddy? Does that mean he's different from an ordinary kind of bear? Suddenly, a monitor nearby springs to life. What appeared on it was also red, blue, and round. It's another bear thing, to be exact. It was also Teddy. Ah, you think that's his first and last
I
name?
can't have you wandering about on your own. You're
Another Teddy.
troublesome bear.
It's calling him another Teddy with a question mark.
You're the troublesome one. How dare you do whatever you want while looking like me? It's a violation of my image rights.
What's going on? Are you twins or something?
Huh? I've discovered an unknown half-naked caped man. An intruder. Unexpected.
Oh, here we go again.
X.
Because he has connections to the Karicho group. So if you saw the Mitsuru episode, you kind of have a feeling what's going to happen next. Suddenly the sound and image on the monitor gets corrupted, just when I thought I was going to start figuring some things out about this place and those creatures. The screen flickers and dies out. Is this some kind of ruse? Monitor pops back on. Once again, it was Teddy's, this is too confusing. I'm just going to refer to the TV bear as Bear Number 2. People in a lot of overseas cultures add suffixes like the second or the great onto the kid's name, so I figured I'd go with something similar. I'm in some crazy TV world, so I'm not just going to assume that these guys are Japanese. Like, Bear Number 2 is going to care. Anyway, I've wasted enough time rationalizing this. Bear Number 2's eyes gleam in a sinister manner. He starts speaking clearly now.
Case 04. Unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
Elimination, huh? I don't really have any clue as to what's going on yet. But I do know that Bear Number 2 has just won the right to be the first here to taste my fist.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I've seen enough. Looks like you're the enemy here, Bear Number 2.
I'm not sure how much stock I should put in common sense while I'm in this world. But if he's using a PA system, I'm guessing that there needs to be some kind of control booth for it. Since I'm in some kind of school. That means I'm probably going to find Bear Number 2 in the announcement room. If Labrys is inside here and if Bear Number 2 is running this whole event, he's got to have some kind of information about her. I turn to Teddy.
As for you, Teddy, he seems to be your enemy too, but why don't you step down and let me handle him?
I proceed to walk off in search of the announcement room, but...
No way!
What?
I mean, who are you? You haven't even told me your name. And that bear might be a bad guy who tricked my beloved sensei and friends. I can't leave this in the hands of a half-naked cape man like you.
Teddy looks surprisingly resolute as he refuses my offer. Protect too? Does he have friends of his own that he's trying to protect too?
Well, your costume is strange. I do like that fire in your eyes.
Nope, just big black eyes.
What's that supposed to mean? It sounds perverted coming from a half-naked cape guy.
Hey, I have a name. It's Akihiko Sanada. You don't have to call me half-naked cape guy. And I know I can't prove I'm on your side just by saying so. So judge for yourself whether I'm worthy of your trust. In the ring.
Wait, does Akihiko actually get thrown into any battles, or does he just pick the fights himself in this story?
You're that excited to do this?
Fists don't lie, you know? Now come on, and I'll give you everything I got.
I put my fist out in front of me and focus. If one does not face their cowardice, they cannot summon a persona. That's why persona users used to have to undergo the trial of holding an evoker to their heads. But that was simply a ritual to overcome one psychological block. It isn't a required step in wielding personas. My resolution has always been within me after all.
Come, persona!
Caesar! My sense of power rises from deep within me. So Akihiko picked this fight himself, which I guess is absolutely in character for him. I wonder if that's what's all going to be out. It is in character for Akihiko, so it makes sense.
Finally!
Even at a time like this.
Fight! Caesar! Caesar!
Why?
Caesar! Yeah!
Why does Akihiko have only 2 chances?
Do it! Do it!
this.
I've never actually done combo punch, so again, I'm a bit rusty with Akihiko as well. That's my damn persona already! Freaking Ted Bear! Perform a single combo with Akihiko.
The intruder is a persona user. Difficulties in elimination. Acknowledging as valid target.
Bear number 2 is muttering something on the other side of the monitor after watching our battle. Seems I've been officially promoted to the rank of valid target.
Persona user? Are you talking about me? What do you mean by valid target?
Irregularity has occurred. Multiple intruders detected. Emergency. Emergency.
Material, I guess.
Oh, I know!
I'm back!
I've just had a fun idea!
Why don't you pick the fights for me? Just as Bear number 2 starts speaking like a normal person, the monitor suddenly cuts out. Seriously, who is this guy? One thing's for sure, is that I need information right now. And lean over to Teddy's flattened body and lightly tap the back of his head.
Hey, Teddy, wake up.
No! Kanji! You're crushing me to death!
What the fuck? I mean, I know he likes kanji, but damn! What's going through this guy's head?
Teddy, wake up!
I smacked Teddy a little more forcefully this time. I was worried that it might make him even flatter, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Yep, flat Teddy. Looks like that did the trick. Teddy gets up using whatever weird stomach muscles he has and yells at me while still in a fighting state.
Hey! If you hit me so hard, you'll ruin my beautiful coat of fur! I'll go bald!
I don't like that
And
face.
it's just Teddy, not Teddy.
This is getting to be a pain. Teddy purses his lips and looks away with a huff. I wanted to demonstrate my sincerity with my fist. There's no doubt that I did that. And again, considering how badly flattened he is right now, I guess it's understandable that he doesn't want to talk to me.
Well, maybe I went a little too far. Let me at least talk to you. I have important business here too. I need as much information as I can get.
Aren't you going to say sorry?
Don't push your luck, or I'll pull out all your fur.
I was just joking! I am a knowledgeable bear, so I'll make an exception for you and listen.
Hey, I'm the one who won. Where does he get home with this attitude? It doesn't feel right like that slide, but I don't want him getting all pouty again. I take a deep breath and turn to face Teddy once more. Teddy.
First off, what kind of world is this?
It's the TV world.
Well, at least I was right about that. Teddy then went on to explain that there's a mysterious TV program called the Midnight Channel that only appears at midnight. TV broadcast is caused by this world inside TV. Ah, he's back! He said Teddy is back to his original appearance, or rather, his original thickness. He's like a big stress ball. And his face changed too.
That's hard to believe. But even if that's true, why does it look like this? Is this supposed to be a school or something?
Representation of a school.
This is probably the school that Yosuke and the others go to.
It's a real place?
This world changes whenever someone comes here. I'm not sure why it's a school now, though.
It changes when people come here.
I used to live here for a long time, so I saw it happen a lot.
You lived here? Well, does that mean you're from this world? What are you?
That's,
Hard to explain. Teddy starts clamming up all of a sudden. He started getting nervous when I blurted out the realization that he was living in this world and that he wasn't a human. It's about being different from humans, huh? He definitely doesn't look human, but it's easy enough to overlook because he's able to easily carry on a conversation with me. And his fist definitely had a heart. I guess immediately springs to mind. He's a machine, but she also has the same heart as a person. Though this Teddy may be some kind of constant creature, he must have a heart as well. That being said, he does look pretty stupid.
There's so much I don't understand. But I can at least say I'm pretty sure you're no threat.
I guess Akihiko meant the real Teddy right at the beginning.
Of course not. I'd never cause anyone any trouble.
If you know this world so well, does the name 5th Generation Labrys sound familiar?
I've never heard of it. Every day's great at Juness. I usually spend my time there. But when I came to, I was locked up here. I managed to escape, though, only to find that an imposter Teddy was causing a bunch of trouble with his P-1 Grand Prix.
He was bummed out a minute ago, but now his face is bright red and there's steam pouring out of his head. That guy's a real piece of work.
That guy who showed up on screen looked exactly like you.
He calls himself the General, but don't confuse me for that phony. The real Teddy is made of all natural bear fur.
If that was someone in disguise, there must be a reason he's trying to look like you.
Ooh, I know. It must be because he's jealous that Sensei and everyone love me the most. But he's not
that.
1/1,000,000th as cute as me. Anyone can tell he's a fake.
No. Yeah, it's totally obvious. Recall what Teddy said about the Midnight Channel earlier. Some of the things that happen in this world are broadcast to the outside world. If that's the case, then misinformation may be spread and people could be confused or misled. At this moment, I'm not sure why someone would be intentionally causing some confusion. But this Teddy guy mentioned that his friends were here. Bear number 2 is in opposition to them, then it's not too big of a stress to imagine that he's trying to turn them against each other.
Alright, one last question. You said you used to live here. Do you know how to get out?
Of course! That was one of my specialties. I always helped other people when they needed to leave.
To use the bathroom!
But it's not working here for some reason. I'm losing my confidence. This is one bear of a Ted-ache. Ooh, that was an advanced joke.
One bear of a Ted-ache.
This is no laughing matter. You won't be able to get out like this.
That wasn't advanced at all, sheesh. You did give me valuable information, though. I now have somewhat of a grasp of the situation. My main objective is treating Labrys and escaping from this world. I won't be able to accomplish either of those things as it stands. All we can really do on our own is speculate. So, bear number 2. The General, was it? I have to pound some more detailed answers out of him. All I need to do is keep moving forward. If I'm going to move forward, I don't see the harm in doing it quickly.
That's it. You're coming with me.
Fortunately, he can't. I'm assuming that I'm probably going to need this guy's help in getting out of here later, so I grab the back of Teddy's hand and sprint forward, her head. And as just as I'm about to exit the gym, Teddy gets completely stuck on something.
You're gonna tear it off!
I look behind me and Teddy is wildly flailing his arms around. I don't see anything holding him back. What kind of trick is this?
Hey! You almost made me lose my head!
Ignoring the huge fuss Teddy's making, I reach over towards where Teddy is stuck. I don't feel anything. Guess I'll have to try again. I pull the back of Teddy's head towards me with my full strength. He's definitely stuck on something. For a moment, it looks like the zipper on Teddy's neck warped. Whatever, it's probably just my imagination.
Huh? Looks like there's a wall that I can get through, but you can't. What a bizarre place this is.
Says the half-naked cave guy who pulled at my head so hard it almost came off.
Keep calling me half-naked cave guy and it's going to come
well,
off.
I'll have to leave you here. Make sure you don't go anywhere alone. You hear me?
He can't go anywhere, period. I can't burn any more time here. I turn my back towards Teddy Poseidon. His yell echoes inside the gym.
I won't let you abandon me. I get lonely real fast. I'm coming with you.
You already tried. An enormous crash reverberates throughout the area. When I turn around, I see a flattened Teddy fluttering on the ground like a sheet of paper falling off a desk. He must have gotten a running start and slammed right into whatever's there at full force. He just run headfirst into an invisible wall, not even thinking how much it would hurt. This guy said that the General is an enemy of his friends. Because his friends are at risk, he can't just leave everything to me. Lack of regard for personal safety maybe because he's so worried about his friends. He behaves oddly, but once you look past that, I can totally empathize with him.
Sorry. I'll come back for you when all this is settled.
Just hang tight, Teddy. I know it's a tough situation. I heard to where the enemy is. It's my mission and for the sake of Teddy and his friends. Sorry, Ted Bear. When I step outside the gym, I hear a cheer from somewhere. Those seem to be coming from outside the school building. Don't large number of people come into this world? The place is supposed to be a well-inside TV, but this kind of seems like a real school. It feels like an event, like a culture festival or field day. There's still so much about this place that I don't know. There were many parts of Teddy's explanation that I couldn't grasp. I need first-hand knowledge. I need to see some things with my own eyes. Step out to what looks like the school's main gate and check the nameplate.
Yasagami High School. I remember seeing that name in the report on Inaba.
So what Teddy told me was true. The place seems to be based on a high school that actually exists. But why recreate a high school building inside TV? As I'm taking stock of my surroundings, a high-pitched girl's voice emanates from a nearby speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, what will the next match be like?
An abrupt and confusing school announcement. Cheers arise from somewhere, seemingly in response to the announcement. I sense the presence of others, and when I look around, I notice silhouettes of students that seem to be watching from all angles. Are they human? They certainly look like they're human, but I don't sense any life in them. No matter where in the world I went, people who are excited about a battle had a certain spark to them. These guys don't have it.
Wow, this is one fired up crowd. Hi everyone, I, Rizette, will be your commentator.
Labrys.
But first, the General would like to say a few words. The mic's all yours, sir.
Labrys. Okay, I'll stop. As I've answered the commotion, the monitor set up in the center turns on. The General Teddy appears on the screen.
Ahem. Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P-1 Grand Prix!
Kinda started the party without you.
Presenting the manliest of all men!
The conch?
Oh, so you've come this far. I applaud your bravery in not running away.
So am I battling Kanji next?
Still hiding behind a monitor? It's about time you showed up in person. I'll crush you.
Nope, sorry, but I'm not falling for a cheap ploy like that. You better follow the rules. Allow me to explain. The P-1 Grand Prix is a one-on-one battle. Those who are paired off must fight. Only the winner may move on.
Only the winner may move on. The invisible wall that Teddy ran into with his face must be part of the contest to get this guy set up.
Interesting. Who are you gonna make me fight?
Said the manliest of all men, it's probably Kanji. As our lap plays and the image on the screen switches. What showed up next seems like an odd commercial for a P-1 Grand Prix. Someone produced a video like this for the event. Does that mean everyone here is a willing participant? The looks of it, they seem like ordinary students. I just don't think everyday students like this would be involved in the hijack of an airplane and the stealing of Labrys, but...
Huh? Who are they?
Is it not really going to show for any more of the P3 contestants?
I don't have to answer that.
Sorry, but I don't have time to play along. I'm taking back Labrys.
You are?
Huh?
The general on the screen looks shocked by my words. He'd be evasive or just laugh at anything I said until now, so this obviously struck a nerve.
Don't think everything's gonna be that easy for you. You all should suffer, and then suffer some more!
Yep. I'm not sure what specifically antagonized him, but it seems like he definitely knows something about Labrys. You think he can make me suffer, huh? Well, bring it on! Flourish my cape and head into the school building.
It won't be easy, huh?
Think about what the general said a moment ago. Voice crack. Honestly, I can't really think of too many times in my life when things went easily. Growing up as an orphan, my memories of losing what was precious to me. I never got too burdened by it. I've constantly been pitied by others for my misfortunes.
Whatever. I never expected it to be.
Pain of loss is my source of determination. I must stay strong in order to protect those who are precious and by my side right now. I proceed to the school building. After climbing a number of stairs, I notice something odd. The place is bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside. The hallways don't turn in the direction you'd expect based on how the outside of the building looks. The way the classrooms connect with each other is bizarre as well.
This is what I'd figure another world would be like. Huh.
I reach towards an upcoming corner, and I come in contact with an invisible wall. I see, so this is what prevented Teddy from following me. Couldn't have done much earlier, but now I can actually touch it. Now that I can actually touch it. I put all my strength to that strike, but the wall barely gave at all. Put all my strength to that strike, but the wall barely gave at all. If it shakes, that means it's taking some damage. If I keep attacking it, I may be able to break through a portion of it and punch my way out. But I don't really know how much of this whole charade I can break through by destroying this wall. It wouldn't be a smart way of expending my energy. That's when something catches my eye. A window. Oh boy, we're gonna go get meat now. When I reach towards it, the invisible wall doesn't impede my progress.
I knew it. Whoever set this up only thought about blocking people's paths. Anywhere there already was a real wall got overlooked.
I'm not obligated to play by the enemy's gimmicks. If they want me to go one way, maybe I can gain advantage by taking a route that they don't expect.
Then I'll just go another way.
Out the window. Put my hand on the window's frame and jump outside. Where's this gonna go from here? In case anything happens in this scene. There shouldn't be any more like joke endings because those are only 3 of those. I land near a classroom seems to be partly below ground level. Looking through one of the windows, though the interior is odd, it looks like it's a music room. The window's closed, but it's still just a glass window. If this were a real school, I'd hesitate to do this, but hey, this is a fake world. I rear back and put my fist through the window.
Whoa! What the? Who are you?
Holy shit! I was actually right. I'm going against Kanji next, but for the wrong reason. Because all the General Teddy said was the manliest of all men, and that's Kanji. There's someone else already inside the room. He's a well-built young man in a school uniform.
Huh? You're that guy from the video.
Did you just come falling from up there? What's going on? Answer me.
I remember now. You're the
beefsteak?
Blood-curdling beefsteak emperor.
Hell no, come on. Did you even try to remember my name?
So that P-1 Grand Prix thing has already started.
I recall the rule that those who encounter each other must fight. The general said not only the winner can proceed. I decided to see if those rules are still in effect and reach towards the exit of the music room. I feel the same wall I felt earlier barring my path. Same goes for the window I came from. It's irritating now I have to follow the rules and fight. Since the walls can't be easily destroyed, I've got no choice. I don't know what kind of circumstances that this Kanji guy is faced with. If we're gonna fight, we might as well do it right.
Hey, take off your clothes.
What the fuck? What kind of fight is this?
What the hell? You asked that straight out.
What's wrong with what I said? Won't it be hard to maneuver wearing that?
Maneuver?
Why is he getting all flustered? Did you hear yourself? His face is red. Maybe he's just not feeling well.
What are you all flustered for? I'm talking about your jacket. If you don't wear it right, it'll get in your way during the fight.
You mean like you're wearing your jacket as a cape?
My jacket? You just said that to begin with?
Yeah, it sounded so awkward.
There's no real meaning behind this. It's like just the way I wear it.
It's plain weird.
Says the guy who's half naked except for a cape.
No joke.
Seriously, you're ridiculous. It's bad manners to jump out a window like that.
The general makes a disgusted face and seems to be pretty upset about me mucking up his plans.
Sorry to say, I've never been big on manners. Too bad things didn't go your way.
We'll see if you can keep that attitude up for long. You must fight whoever you're paired with. Now get started.
Yeah, but fighting Kanji, not the way I figured. I understand that, but I can't attack someone who doesn't have the urge to fight. Turn towards Kanji to spur him on, but the expression is completely different than it was before. Redness on his cheek is gone, and there's a fire in his eyes that almost seems murderous. Looks like there was no need for me to worry after all.
You keep saying the weirdest crap. Looks like I'll have to make you leave. Let's get this started, Capey.
What, now you're interested? All right, come and get me.
Not really strong anyway. Just a fake. Nothing worthy about it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Shut up. Try to ask yourself that. Here goes. Yep,
I guess the illusion's in effect now. But I will be on Kanji's side because that was some creepy shit he just said. Also, it's beefcake, not fucking beefsteak. The beefsteak emperor.
Finally.
I just noticed that there's a blue bar on the side of my screen, and that's just my mouse, because I changed the color of my mouse. Luckily for me, my mouse isn't caught in the recording. So you guys wouldn't be able to see any type of blue bar that's on like the edge of my screen right now. Honestly, that's how it's in the game. It doesn't matter anyways, because my mouse isn't caught in the recording. The only person it's gonna annoy is me. Well, anyways, even though you guys can't see it, I'm just gonna move it off screen anyways. It doesn't bother me too much. Probably just turn it off right now. Nope, I gotta keep it on. Yeah, doing stuff. Doesn't matter. Let's move on. Take a deep breath towards the neck. Keep breath next to the collapsed Kanji to lower my heart rate and wind down from the battle. And I calmly re-examine my surroundings. During the battle, I had noticed that the spectating students had changed into something completely different. They're not humans. They're silhouettes shaped like people or something. I don't know why they're showing their true form now, but that's fine. Not human, then there's no need to worry about them. I'll just leave them be. And if they happen to turn hostile, I can easily crush lifeless creatures like that. Kanji regains consciousness. She'll recover much more quickly than I was expecting.
It's amazing. So this is what you meant by going at it with nothing to hide.
When did I say that?
You're one passionate guy. Guess you're no ordinary pervert.
Ordinary pervert?
Since when am I a pervert?
Kanji flashed a bright smile, safe from the one that he displayed before the fight. Anger and hatred had fled his body entirely. Now that the fight is over, it seems like he's got spirit.
Ow! Man, for a dream, this sure
He
hurts.
still thinks it's a dream! What the heck? Wait, did I have to fight Akihiko and Kanji's thing? I don't remember. Probably for his joke ending, but I actually don't remember.
Huh? That's weird. Look at a dude I've never met before is here in my dream.
Dream? What are you talking about? Aren't we inside the TV world?
Huh?
The TV world. If you can dream with your eyes open, I'm pretty impressed.
What? You're inside the TV? I seriously thought this was all a dream.
Doesn't seem like Kanji's acting. He honestly didn't think the entire thing was all a dream. Because, like Yosuke somehow said out of his mind, he was too close to the TV and just slipped in. And even mentioned it was like a pit trap in the middle of his room. I thought the people in that promo video were related to the general, but maybe everyone here was actually dragged into this by force. If so, I can't abandon the others who were in that video either.
Hey, do you have any idea who the other people in that video were?
They were pretty much all my friends, but...
Oh, crap.
Kanji clutched his head as something occurs to him. Seems quite serious. That's right. Naoto got extremely flustered. But did he run into Naoto at this point?
Thought this was a dream, so I kinda sorta beat the snot out of a couple of them.
Well, if they lost to someone who was half asleep, they'll just have to suck it up.
You think so? Things are just that black and white to you, huh?
Fighting's all he knows. Seriously, I thought it was going to be some important information. Kanji-has been yanked out of his normal life into this weird situation, yet he seems obviously blasé about it. I can't even pronounce that.
This isn't a dream. Then Ted and Rise are really hosting it?
General Teddy. The other Teddy said that he was a fake.
A fake? You're kidding me! How'd he make such a perfect copy of the bear suit?
That's the part you're hung up on?
Yeah. They're hardly twisted bastards who enjoy watching friends crush each other.
You seem pretty sure of your friends.
Man, the things I went through with those guys. And here I thought you were a pervert who wasn't listening to a word I said. Guess I had you figured wrong.
Yep, pervert just keeps coming back. Thanks, Teddy. The real Teddy, not Teddy number 2. Teddy. Looks like this guy's having a tough enough time just changing the way he thinks about me. Maybe he's just an idiot. The way his expression changes to that honest and relieved look when he's talking about his friends. Seems he has friends that he can really trust. If we met under less dangerous circumstances, I wouldn't mind sitting around and chatting with him for a bit. But I have a duty to attend to right now.
By the way, have you heard the name Labrys anywhere? She's supposed to be somewhere in here.
Huh? Lab rat? What?
I see. No, if you don't know, don't worry about it.
And with that, I leave Kanji begin walking towards the door. Kanji calls out and stops me.
Hey, wait a second. You haven't told me anything about you. Who are you? What did you come inside the TV for?
There's no point in explaining.
What?
Kanji attempts to stop me, but he changed his mind. Specimen tells me that he's not satisfied with the outcome, but he shouts his frustration and takes a seat on the ground. Seems he's already aware of the wall. Since he's fought against a number of people already, he must understand that he can't proceed on because he lost. So he just sits calmly on the floor. Pulls out a thing of ramen and probably just starts munching away. Kanji looks directly into my eyes and speaks up.
Well, I was the loser here, so I can't complain. This isn't a dream, and my friends are in trouble.
That's all you need to say. I answer with a
I know.
smile.
I won't let anything happen to him.
The way you fought says it all. You can't throw punches like that without a shitload of training. I feel your determination behind every one.
Yeah, the same's true for you. Good work.
Praises exchanged after trying to beat each other senseless. Have a moment that only those who have brawled against each other can share. Kanji skills are exceptional for a high school student. When I was in the boxing club, there were only a handful of guys who could stand to trade blows with me just like he did. Considering that he's this good with self-taught fighting skills, there's no question that he'd become an unparalleled fighter if he had proper training.
You should be careful. My friends are hella strong, you know? If you're not careful, you'll be eating pavement.
Was that supposed to be genuine warning for me? Or was that a boast about how great his friends are? Either way, I can understand that feeling behind his words, so I smiled back at him.
I don't know about that. My fists can't be stopped that easily.
There's nothing more I need to say to Kanji. Turn and begin running down the hallway. Goodbye, Kanji. At least you now realize it's not a dream. It took you way long and you embarrassed everyone. Mostly yourself and Naoto. Sometime after parting ways with Kanji.
This is pointless.
I'm still wandering aimlessly through the school building. I have no idea if the path I'm taking right now is correct or not, because the invisible walls keep getting in the way. You're just gonna break another window. That's my another window, restarts it!
Guess they fixed that little loophole.
Fuck you! It didn't take them very long to put invisible walls over the windows. I made Teddy's voice even squeakier. Just as I pull my hand back, the PA system blares.
No more breaking the rules. Seriously, why can't some people follow simple directions?
Fuck you!
You act like I ever intended on following your rules.
The fact that they've gone to the trouble to correct their oversights means that limiting our movement must be very important to them. They don't want to let us escape. So that probably means that there's something waiting up ahead that they placed there for me. I follow the path dictated by the invisible wall until I reach a classroom. Is this where they wanted me to go?
Akihiko, you're all right.
Oh, Mitsuru.
And again, seeing you isn't necessarily cause for celebration. If we're both here in one place, that means...
Yeah, looks like it.
Who I found in the classroom was none other than Mitsuru. Normally running into her would be a great relief since it would give me a capable ally, but since the stupid P-1 rules are in effect, that isn't the case here.
So, you're my next opponent.
This is exactly what the enemy wanted.
When Mitsuru makes the bitter declaration, the monitor inside the classroom turns on. I already know who I'd be seeing. It's the General. Teddy number 2.
Ta-da! Well, this is
they don't
about
call him
to
Teddy
get
number 2 anymore.
real interesting.
I'm guessing they stopped calling him Teddy number 2 as soon as Teddy mentioned that he was the General.
An unwanted battle between friends. I hope you two enjoy it to the fullest.
Is that supposed to upset us? Can you believe this guy, Mitsuru?
This certainly is an unwanted battle between friends. I have no intention of fighting against Mitsuru. We both understand what needs to be done in order to accomplish the mission. There's no way we would allow a little something like this to shake our resolve. But oddly, when I look back towards Mitsuru, I see her looking at me with pity.
I'm sorry, Akihiko. I believe I may have driven you into a corner.
Huh? What do you mean?
I should have realized much sooner. It's not strength you truly desire. What you really want is to forget your fear of losing others. That's why you throw yourself so fervently into your training. It's a twisted form of escape. At the very least, you can allow me to put an end to such things.
Okay. Forget my fears of losing others, huh? Mitsuru well knows I have lost countless things up until now, and the anxiety that I buried somewhere in my heart may strike at me at any moment. But the Mitsuru I know wouldn't bring up something like this at a time like this. It'd be obvious to any friend of Mitsuru. There's something going on here.
Teddy, and Kanji also started getting personal before the fight.
You're still calling him Teddy!
Is this some kind of trick?
I've got no idea what you're talking about. Sounds to me like she means it.
I don't know what you're up to here, but you're gonna have to try harder. It's fine, though. I'll just take this chance to enjoy some serious sparring.
Those who encounter one another must fight, and only the victor may proceed. Since the rules still stand, we've got to fight. They've removed any choice we had. Oh yeah, you can't go out the window anymore. My gonna put the band too close to my mic. I turned to face Mitsuru once again.
There were a bunch of people I wanted to fight once I got back to Japan to test my skills, and you were at the top of the list, Mitsuru. Didn't think I'd get a chance so soon, though.
Mitsuru takes her stance without saying a word. Tension of Bao sends a tingle through all the muscles in my body.
Here goes, Akihiko.
Come and get me, Mitsuru.
There we go. Seems like Akihiko's almost done today as well. And keep in mind when I blend the episode together,
Finally.
that this is literally each episode I recorded in 2 parts. Because there's the normal part, and then there's the after the shooting continues, so the finale of each episode. I'm not recording them all at once. Because I'm doing this completely blind, so I don't have everything recorded, or everything.
Not the time.
Dumbass. She wanted me so bad. The bow's over. I glance down at Mitsuru. She keeps her firm expression open to her mouth.
I yield. Your skills have improved tremendously, Akihiko.
Yours too. I was really worried there that you might execute me.
Mitsuru gives me a wry smile. That's the Mitsuru I know. So her odd behavior prior to the fight was all the general's work. I wonder. Okay, so Akihiko actually already knows.
Mitsuru, what did I say to you before the fight?
Huh? Why do you ask? As I recall, you said some unkind things about my late father.
I knew it! Of course I have no memories of saying anything like that, because I didn't. General probably got some trick that warps the opponent's reality so the good friends will hate each other. Maybe it was all an illusion. I don't understand how it all works, but there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Mitsuru and I turn towards the monitor and smugly smile at the general. His little gimmick was completely useless. General Teddy can barely contain his hatred as he responds.
How? How can you fight without holding back like that? People hesitate more when they face their friends. They break down. They suffer. So how come you aren't suffering? Why? I don't understand.
I'm not surprised. Anyone who needs to trick people to get his way wouldn't understand. Our bonds aren't that flimsy.
As the general glowers at us, what? Communication cuts off. Suffer, huh? The general was going on about making us suffer earlier. Is that why he has all his fighting here? Or is all fighting here? To make us suffer? But then, why would he steal Labrys?
Akihiko, let's compare notes. I want to confirm our situation.
Right. Although I don't have much for you.
I gave her a summary of everything I figured out up to this point. Since Mitsuru's persona has the search ability, I'm sure she's been able to gather much more information than I have. She seems to already know everything that I discovered, so Mitsuru then fills me in on what she's learned. I guess it's safe, though neither of us have encountered her. All the high school students in the commercial seem to be persona users, and the general seems to be gathering persona users into this world. Fortunately, neither of us know what his intentions are. But more importantly, where's Labrys?
Did you find Labrys?
Iga seems to have made contact with her. She seems to be calling herself the student council president of the school. In fact, she's going so far as to play the part.
Play the part?
She seems to be unaware that she entered a TV. It's possible that someone forced her in here, but that doesn't explain why she's acting out a role in school life.
I have no idea what that could be about right now. It's a school, but it's still just a copy of a school in another world. What kind of school life could possibly be here?
And one more thing. I heard a strange voice. I'm not certain, but it's most likely Labrys. Either her inner thoughts or her memories. It was a voice of deep sorrow, suffering, sadness. It was so vivid I wanted to cover my ears.
Mitsuru cast down her eyes as if reliving the pain. A great portion of Ergo Research's data was lost because of the actions of a former researcher. He was the mastermind behind the event 3 years ago. We talking about Akutsuki right now? All this must be mortifying for Mitsuru. That man is the reason why her family was taken from her.
If that was truly Labrys, then she's
about
practically human. She may not be that far behind
what's the one that
Igus in
killed her
terms of
father?
mimesis.
Sure, Igus's sister unit would have a mind. But does that mean the older version is more advanced?
Doesn't seem likely, but I can't say for certain. Still, I'm only speculating. But I feel like her deeply negative emotions are connected to this tournament.
Connected how?
Do you really think Labrys was stolen? The generals seem to want to make us suffer rather than eliminate us. Would a thief wish for that? Or draw in unrelated high school students?
I see. That General Teddy's actions do seem in line with what Labrys wants. He actually may in fact be Labrys.
It's possible that Labrys regained consciousness much earlier and escaped when she was being transported.
What was the hijacking about then? I can't deny that possibility right now. Okay, so if Labrys escaped of her free will, was she the one that manipulated everyone? Those who caused the hijacking? But there's something else I do know.
Mitsuru, you're doing your brow furrowing thing again.
What? That doesn't matter right now.
You're overthinking things. All this conjecture and speculation will drive you nuts. Let's pick this up again once we defeat the enemy.
Mitsuru's always been like this. She imagined worst case scenarios that haven't even happened yet and burns herself coming up with the contingency plans based on them. Even though she doesn't necessarily stop moving forward, it certainly does weigh her down. Sometimes we need that hard-headedness, but there's a time and a place for it.
Ever think that maybe it's you who's underthinking things?
Anyway, there's no time to lose right now. You know where the enemy is, right?
Yes, I've traced its location. It should be nearby. I will leave the rest to you, Akihiko. Don't disappoint me, all right?
Mitsuru says those words, her expression softens a bit. Seems I've been able to reach her.
Of course not.
Mitsuru's grown as well. She's changed since the battle 3 years ago. When I think about it, a lot of time has passed since then, huh? Since then, I just know, huh? None of us have remained stuck in the past. We've all changed. Power went to Mitsuru and Harry on ahead. Herbie on ahead. According to Mitsuru's search, the enemy seems to be nearby. It means waiting for their encounter with us as well. Well, that's one wish I won't mind granting at all. Damn. Just as I reach the top of the stairs, a loud noise punctuates the atmosphere. Is someone on a rampage with their persona? No, that's not it. It's the sort of sound that a massive object creates upon impact. Hear it again, coming from the room ahead. There's no visible walls to prevent me from making my way towards the sound, and I finally reach my destination.
The announcement room. Here we go.
Monitors and PA system must have been controlled from this room. I have the door handle, but it won't open. It's different from those invisible walls. However, it's just an ordinary door. Sorry if there's a broadcast going on, but I'm going to have to punch my way in. That fucking punch. Yeah, screw the Falcon punch. It's the fucking punch. I smash through the door and enter the room.
Wow! It's
Chie.
that red cape guy I saw earlier!
Everyone inside immediately wheels around to face me. There are two female students before me. One of them I recognize in the video, but the other's an unfamiliar face. It's my first time seeing her, but I immediately know who she is. She looks just like a regular person, aside from all the mechanical parts. It's Labrys. Wait, when did we run into Chie? And General Teddy.
So it wasn't Labrys after all.
Immediately, General Teddy, who's staring at me, begins to change. You weren't completely wrong to start. It is Labrys, alright. Labrys. Saying it not close to the mic. Shadow Labrys.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Another Labrys.
Well, this is completely unexpected. Wait, this is a similar scene, except he had some punch Kanji through a wall. Can't even come up with a reason for why something like this would occur. Maybe this is another one of his illusions. No, if that was true, what I'm seeing would be a more direct assault of my inner thoughts. On my inner thoughts. I start inventing and discarding possible reasons for what's happening. Eventually, I just cast aside all my theories, take a deep breath, and calm myself. What is my objective? I will summon to retrieve Labrys and prevent any danger from spreading. It doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, or 20 of her. My initial objectives are unaffected. I will give everything I have to complete my mission.
Fine. I'll just calm them both down.
Oh boy. Seeing the hostility directed at me, I smile, eager for a fight. And just what I expected.